everyone, welcome. It's me, Diana, again here with some yoga for you, some gentle yoga. This is a sequence specifically designed for relieving back pain, so especially lower back pain. So please join me. You will need a brick, a yoga brick or some books, and a strap. All right, let's get started. We'll start on our backs and bring your knees into your chest. And if you have sensitive knees, you're going to wrap underneath, okay? And try to get a good grip of your fingers, your hands, your wrists, whatever you can reach. And, hi socks. And take a few deep, even breaths here. Letting the face relax and the shoulders, and broaden the collarbones. So when we breathe in yoga, we want to breathe through the nose, and we want the breath to be even. So whatever amount of time it takes you to inhale, exhale for the same amount of time. On the inhale, feel the expansion. And on the exhale, soften out into that space. A couple more deep, even breaths here. Allowing the tailbone to be heavy. So even though I'm pulling my knees in, I'm trying to also drop my seat down and find a nice long spine. Great massage for your belly. And if you're having back spasms, you can take this pose 5-10 minutes and it will relieve your back spasms. So the breathing is deep and even. The face and chest are relaxed. Let's get a couple more good, deep, even breaths. And then gently release. Take the arms out, shoulder height in a T position. Bring the knees over the hips and take the knees to the right. As you look to the left for a nice spinal twist. Again, deep, even breaths. Stretching the arms away from each other to broaden the upper back. And breathe in really deeply so you're making space between your left armpit and your left hip. So your left hip is actually rolling away from you to make space. Space to breathe, space for your spine, space for all your organs to function well. And on an inhale, lift the top knee, let the bottom knee follow, still in line with your hips. Let's take them over to the left as you look to the right and stretch your arms away from each other, broadening the upper back. A few deep, even breaths. Again, trying to create space, not by forcing. We never force, but we make space with the breath between that right armpit and the right hip rolling away from you, creating that space with your breath. Couple more deep, even breaths. Good, and on your next inhale, lift the top knee, let the bottom knee follow, place one foot on the floor, and then the other. So the thigh bones are straight, the ankles are underneath your knees, spine is nice and long. Let's do some pelvic tilts. So on the inhale, drop your tailbone down, and your low back arches away from the floor. On the exhale, curl your pubic bone towards your belly button. So the low back then presses into the earth. So again, inhaling, dropping the sitting bones and the tailbone down. Exhale, curling pubic bone to navel. Deep, even breaths. So when you go nice and slow, you're able to feel if you're rolling evenly through both sides. So hopefully your floor is flat. The body isn't always symmetrical, but the floor is. So you can get that feedback from the floor to teach you to move evenly on both sides. So as you inhale, both sitting bones drop evenly. This crease of where the thigh and the pelvis meet drops down. And as you exhale, you roll evenly through your low back, feeling all of that press into the earth. So a few more rounds. Notice how these pelvic tilts ripple all the way up the spine. Inhaling, low back flies away from the floor. Exhaling, feel the low back pressing evenly into the earth. Good, let's get 2 more. So as you do this, sometimes the knees have a tendency to splay out. Don't let them. Keep your thigh bones straight so your bones are nice and lined up. Just massaging your low spine. And articulating through the low back. Beautiful. And then pause. Somewhere in between is a nice neutral spine. And then let's roll over to the right side. Keep rolling the chest towards the floor and then use your hands to press and slowly lift yourself up, letting the head be last. All right, let's come to all fours for some cat-cows. So similar to pelvic tilts, inhale, start at the base of the spine, lift the sitting bones, pull the chest forward through the hands to lift the chest and the gaze. Moo, cow pose. And now start at the base of the spine. Exhale, curl and drop your tailbone. Lift your spine to the sky. Press the floor away from you and drop your head. This is cat. Meow. Do you like this one, Socks? He's ignoring me. Inhale, start at the base of the spine and articulate all the way through the spine as you breathe in. And then exhale and round. Again, when we go nice and slow, we can feel where we're moving, where we're not, and we can see if we can articulate through each vertebra, one by one. So try to make the movement and the breath synchronized. So you're exhaling for the whole cat, and you're inhaling for the whole cow, nice and even. Again, the collarbones are broad. Try not to really involve the front of the shoulders and collapse the chest. Instead, you want to keep the collarbones broad and the shoulders away from your ears. So the shoulders are on the back. Again, I like to hug the heels of my hands to help me pull my chest forward, gently of course. And then I want to press my hands to broaden my upper back, taking the shoulder blades away from the spine. So last one, inhaling and exhaling. And then again, pausing for a moment. In between these two extremes is a neutral spine. Crown of the head reaching forward, tailbone reaching back, shoulders on the back, nice long spine. So we'll come to stand. You can bring one leg forward, press your hands on your thigh to help you stand up in Tadasana, mountain pose. So the feet are even on the inner edges. And press down into your heels. Feel the legs activate. and be strong and steady like a mountain. Inhale so much it lifts your chest. And then take your upper arm bones and roll them back. And now reach through the fingertips, press down through the feet, lift up through the crown of the head, Tadasana, mountain pose. So if I turn to the side for a moment, you'll see, hopefully, that the hips are back over the heels, right? I'm not pressing the hips forward. So thighs go back, the flesh of your buttocks moves down. The belly draws in, again, breathing in to lift the chest, rolling the upper arms back and reaching through the fingers. Press down through the feet, lift up through the crown of the head. So we try to make all of this happen, but every yoga pose has a balance of steadiness, sthira, and ease, sukha. So yes, I'm efforting, but at the same time, can I breathe, relax my face, and balance that sense of steadiness and ease. Couple more deep breaths. Tadasana, mountain pose. Beautiful. So now we'll do a modified chair pose. So I'll inhale and bring the arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, bend my knees like I'm sitting in a chair. So notice I didn't let my knees come forward and I didn't lower, right? We want to, from mountain pose, sit back. Take the crease of the thigh and the buttocks back like you're going to sit down in a chair. So the tailbone stays long, the belly pulls in, and we lift the chest. Stay here for a few breaths, and then straighten your legs, Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's try that again. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, sitting back into your imaginary chair. The chest is lifted. The low spine is long, and the belly pulls in to hold that. Breathe, feel your strength. So Utkatasana, chair pose. Utka means fierce. So a couple more deep breaths, be fierce, and then inhale and press into your feet and stand up. Beautiful. So let's come back to Tadasana and let's do crescent pose. So I'll inhale and bring the arms up. The palms are facing up. So I'm pressing down into the feet. I'm lifting my arms. And now I'm stretching them from the shoulder to the elbow. Reach the fingertips away from each other. And now bring the arms up overhead. Take one hand, grab the opposite wrist, and lean over. So as you lean, try not to collapse on the underneath side. Reach through both arms. Press into both feet. Keep the weight even in both sides, and then inhale back up and switch. So lengthening through both sides, weight even in both feet, crescent pose. Breathe, and then inhale, come back up, and exhale, release. Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's try that again. Inhale, stretch the arms away from each other, and bring them all the way overhead. Grab one wrist so the weight stays even. Lift through both arms. So we're not collapsing on the underneath side. Inhale up and switch. Reach through both arms. Press into both feet. So strengthening the spine, all the muscles that live alongside the spine. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Namaskarasana. So actually use your thumbs to lift your breastbone. Roll the top of the arm bones back. So you get the shoulders on the back. And rest here, breathing. Light stretch of the neck, one side and the other. Beautiful. And release. Let's try triangle pose. We're going to use the wall. So excuse me, socks. We're going to bring the right foot to the wall. Okay, and then separate the feet. Let's start with the feet apart, okay? And then turn, bend the right leg, and turn from the top of the thigh. Re-straighten the leg, drop the left heel back and down. Good. Inhale and extend wall, and then place the palm on the wall and open. The left arm is right out of the shoulder. So full extension of the legs, of the arms, of the spine, and breathe. Beautiful. And inhale up and exhale. We switch sides. So you'll see me from the back for a moment. Both feet separate the same distance. Bend the left leg. Roll from the top of the thigh. So that left leg, the kneecap is facing straight out and the foot is 90 degrees. Drop your right heel back and out. Inhale. Extend through the arms. And now exhale. Reach, reach, reach. Reach, reach, reach. Extend. Place the left palm on the wall and open the right arm. And breathe. Good. On an inhale, press into your heels and lift up. And exhale, turn the feet and walk back, mountain pose. Take a breath. All right, let's try the right side again. So this time, farther away from the wall, separate your feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, depending on your height. The feet are parallel, and then bend the right knee. Roll from the top of the thigh. Turn that foot 90 degrees. So the kneecap is facing straight up. You have to roll that right thigh out. The left heel drops back. I'm pressing into my feet, and inhale and extend. Beautiful. All right, let's go. Inhaling, exhaling, keep breathing, and lengthen, lengthen, lengthen towards the wall. Fingertips and reach. So triangle pose is actually called Utthita Trikonasana, which is extended triangle pose. So I know a lot of the times we think we have to get down here and we come forward. Not so great for us. Better that you extend. Right? Make yourself really nice and big. And then press into the heels. Inhale, come up. Exhale, turn the feet to parallel and step the feet together. Let's try the other side. All right. So again, same distance away from the wall. Separate the feet. Turning the left leg out, dropping the right heel back. Inhale, press into the feet. Exhale, extend. Reach your torso towards the wall. Lengthen. Fingertips on the wall and open the left arm. So you're in one plane, one long line, long spine. Extend through the arms and the legs and breathe. And then press into your heels. And on an inhale, pull yourself back up. Turn the feet straight and walk back together. Mountain pose. Beautiful. So let's try a downward dog, but use the wall. Okay, much better for our backs and for relieving back pain. So I'm going to take my hands at least shoulder distance apart. If you have challenging shoulders, you're going to want to go wider. And then turn the index fingers out slightly. So it's helping to roll your upper arms out. So then I'll place those on the wall and then step back, step my feet back, and press the wall away. Press my thighs back, but stretch my heart and my head towards the wall. So I'm reaching in opposite directions, and then to come out, bend the knees, walk forward, take a breath, mountain pose. Let's try that again. So rolling the upper arms out, hands come chest level, maybe a little bit lower. Press the feet back under the hips, and now stretch thighs back, pull the belly in, reach the heart and the crown of the head towards the wall as you stretch your legs back. Down dog at the wall. So you really got to work the legs. The thighs are lifting the kneecaps, right? Those mountain pose, those strong legs here working. Don't let anything sag. So on the exhale, draw your rib cage up towards the ceiling. Pull your belly in and press the wall away. To come out, bend the knees, walk forward, and stand back into Tadasana, mountain pose. Beautiful. Let's see what's next. Let's come down onto the ground. And we'll take a few back bends. So, to get started, I want to make sure that my back is nice and long. okay? So I'm going to turn my toes under on one foot and reach through the heel. So I'm lengthening low spine and belly. Point the toe towards the wall, stretch, and lay it down. Now you should feel nice and lopsided. Go ahead and stack your fists, rest your chin. Let's do the other side. So turn your other foot, turn the toes under, reach through the heel. I just got taller. Reach and point the toes, and then lay them down. You should feel even. Maybe you want to do it again, just so you feel even on both sides. And now the low spine, tailbone, flesh of the buttocks moving towards your heels, belly pulling in. Let's try locust pose. Forehead to the mat. Lift your arm bones away from the floor. Stretch them back, palms up. Press your feet down and lift your chest. And breathe. Breathing evenly. So I'm pressing my legs down, my pubic bone down to help me lift my chest, but I'm also rolling my arms away from the floor. So strengthening the back body. Inhale and exhale. Come on down. So you can repeat that. That's stage one. You want to get really good at it before you go to stage two. So the first ethic in yoga is ahimsa, non-harming, non-violence. So you have to be where you are, okay? So if that was really challenging, repeat it again. If that seemed like you were okay, then I'll show you step number two. So forehead to the mat, press the pubic bone down, press the legs down, lengthen the low spine, and now roll your arms away from the floor, lifting the chest, reach your fingers back, and then maybe lift the feet just a tiny bit, and hover. So reach the toes and the fingers back as you reach forward through the crown of the head. You may want to look down at the mat so the back of the neck gets nice and long. And then if you're feeling discomfort, again, drop your legs. You can also widen them to mat distance, okay? So anywhere from hip distance to mat distance. If you're still feeling it, then bring a block in between your legs. Gently squeeze the block to help you lengthen the low spine. Hey, and breathe and smile. And then when you relax, turn your face the other way and let go. Beautiful. One more time, locust pose, forehead to the mat. Tailbone is long, belly pulls in, lift away from the floor, spread your fingers, spread your toes. Super yogi, flying through the air. Breathe evenly, roll the arm bones away from the floor. Reach through your legs, reach through your arms. Inhale and exhale, come down. Beautiful, good job. Breathe into your belly, let your belly relax. Like you're trying to press your belly into the floor. As you inhale and then exhale, soften out into that space. Awesome. Go ahead and stack the fists. Let's fix our back. So turn the toes under, reach back through the heel, point the toe, high socks. Turn the toes under, reach back, point. Okay, so now my low spine, nice and long. My belly's pulling in. Let's come up onto the elbows for Sphinx pose. So if this is too high, elbow under the shoulder, then to modify, you'll bring your elbows farther forward. Okay, so it's not so much of an angle. Again, you shouldn't feel this in your back. This should be healing. And the way to make that happen is to make sure that the low spine is lengthening towards the heels and the belly's pulling in, okay? So keep that, legs rooting down. Now hug your elbows back towards your hips to gently pull your chest through your arms. So pubic bone presses down, legs press down, all 10 toenails. Sphinx pose. Breathe into your upper back, relax your face. So again, that balance of sthira and sukha, ease and steadiness, okay? So we don't want to overdo. We want to feel a nice engagement, the action of the pose, but there's also an ease and you can breathe. Inhale and exhale, come down. Bring the hands by your heart. And again, Upper arm bones, roll them away from the earth. Hug your elbows in. And now press your legs down, press your pubic bone down. Lift your hands and inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale down. So do that a few times. Press down through the legs to help you lift your chest. Exhale. Again, it's the rooting of the legs that allow the back to lift away from the floor. So we're not forcing it. We're using our strength. So pubic bone roots down, legs root down, and inhale up and exhale down. Beautiful. One more time. Arms away from the floor. Hug the elbows in. Lift up. Now use your hands. Press them on the ground. Pull the chest forward and up. Maybe look up. Roll your shoulders back. Cobra pose. Breathe. Full expression of the pose. And then exhale. Come down slowly. Beautiful. Stack your fists. Rest your chin. Breathe into your belly. So inhale, belly expands. Exhale, soften out into that space. Good. We're going to come back up to all fours. And let's turn around for bridge pose. So coming into bridge pose. So again, no blanket under the head, thighs are straight. You may need a block for this, so stretching through the spine. You can do a few pelvic tilts again, just to feel the spine where you are. Inhaling, dropping the tailbone down. Exhaling, curling pubic bone to navel. So one more time. Inhale, drop the tailbone. Exhale, curl. So the thigh bones are straight, the ankles are underneath your knees. Inhale, drop the tailbone. Exhale, curl, and begin to lift up into a bridge. So notice, you want to look straight up, don't turn your head, and don't let your knees go out. Keep your knees going forward, and then take your brick and place it under your sacrum. So that flat bone, near your lower back, right? Top of the buttocks, nice flat bone. It should feel good when you've got the brick in the right place. And stay here for a few deep breaths. Breathing deeply and evenly. So again, to have a safe spine, right? We tend to get congested or compressed in the low back. So you want to think about lengthening towards your knees. So the flesh of the buttocks and the tailbone lengthening towards the knees. And then allowing the front of the legs to open. Breathing deeply. Balanced by exhaling completely. Relax your face and your jaw and breathe. So as you breathe, feel the expansion of the chest. Allow the chest to really puff. And the arm bones always rolling back, right? So this time they're rolling towards the floor. The upper arm bones, just like in Tadasana, rolling to help you get the shoulder blades on the back to lift the chest. So the knees go forward, the chest opens. So good for us, this pose. Setu Bandhasana, Sarvangasana. Supported bridge pose. A few more breaths here. Let your breath be even. And then think about coming out. We're going to want to lift just gently and tap the sacrum on the brick a few times just to help it integrate, and then release the brick and roll down through the spine, slowly coming back down onto the earth. And then let's bring one knee slowly into the chest, let the other knee follow, wrapping your hands around your legs. If you don't reach, you can use a strap, okay? And resting here for a few moments. Again, relax the shoulders, the collarbones are broad. The tailbone is heavy, breathe. Allow the weight of your arms and your legs to compress you. And we'll begin to finish up. So dropping one foot and then the other. Now you'll need your strap. So keep your left leg bent. Bring the strap around the ball of your right foot. Okay, strap is in each hand. I'm going to kick that foot forward until the knee lines up over the hip and I feel my pelvis on the floor, and then reach up through the heel. So in order to straighten the leg, you're going to want to work the thigh away from you, right? So you don't need to pull it in so far. Instead, kick it away from you to make that space. And then lift up through the heel, pull down on the toes. I like to grab the strap in between the middle and the index fingers, and then just let the hands rest. Relax your shoulders. Relax the collarbones, nice and broad, and breathe. Deep, even breaths. So again, finding that balance of steadiness and ease. We tend to overgrip the hands, so know that that's common. And just try to relax your hands, but still keep that pressure, pulling the ball of the foot down, the toes towards you while you're lifting the heel. Beautiful. And then bending the knee. You bring the other foot in, right foot on the floor. Kick the left knee forward until it lines up over the hip. And then lift the heel. Keep kicking the thigh away from you to straighten it. So it's really nice to feel the back of the pelvis on the floor. So we were doing pelvic tilts, right? In between that tilting and curling is a neutral spine. So there should be a natural curve in your low back, the lumbar spine. So we don't want to be all the way up and pressing the whole back, but rather leg over the hip, natural curve pulling away from the floor as you reach through the heel and pull the toes towards your face. Know that with practice, it all gets easier. Relax your face, relax the collarbones and the shoulders, and breathe. Breathe deeply and evenly. Beautiful. And then bend the knee, bring the feet to the floor. We're finished with a reclining cobbler's pose, or Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining bound angle. So bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees open out wide and rest here. If it's too much sensation in the groins, definitely put 2 bricks underneath your legs, okay? You want to be able to relax. Hey, socks. So again, if you feel discomfort, you might want to press the feet into the ground, lengthen the tailbone towards your heels so the back is nice and long. Let your hands rest, palms up, allowing the chest to open, the shoulders the arms to roll towards the floor, and rest. Let go of your breath. Let it flow naturally. And allow your body to relax into the inflow and the outflow of your breath. So let's do a body scan here. Relax your forehead, smooth out your brow. Relax all the micro muscles around your eyes and allow the eyes to rest deep in their sockets. Soften your cheeks and your lips. Relax your jaw. Relax the root of your tongue and let your tongue rest in the bottom of the mouth. Relax your throat. Resting in the inflow and the outflow of your breath. Relax the heart and all the way down the arms to your hands. Relax your fingers. Perhaps you can feel tingling there, the aliveness of your hands. And then soften your belly so that this breath is received into a soft belly. And this one. And this breath. Relax your hips, your whole back supported by the earth. Relax. And then all the way down your legs to the soles of your feet. Let go. Relax your body. Relax your mind. And rest. And then gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your hands onto your belly. And take a few deep breaths. When you're ready, bring your hands outside your thighs and use your arms to help you close your legs. Go ahead and roll over onto your right side. You can rest your head on your right arm bone and bring the knees close into your chest. Resting here for a moment in the fetal position. Breathe. And then to come up, keep rolling towards the ground. Use your hands to slowly come up to a comfortable seat. And pause pause for just a moment and observe the effects of your practice. So we are much more than our thoughts and our emotions. These things fluctuate. We are the part of us that hears. And it's this spiritual self, this highest, wisest self that we acknowledge, that we honor when we bring the hands together in front of the heart. And it's this sacred self that we bow to. Thanks for practicing with me. Namaste. Namaste, socks.